everyone, welcome. Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. I'm so glad you could join me tonight. While we wait for everybody to join, a little bit of housekeeping. As always, if you like my video, please share it and share it in the comments, and you'll get a chance to win the project I'm working on tonight. Also, if you like what you see, I'd appreciate some hearts. Those would help me. Those actually help more than thumbs up do. Keeps me in the algorithm for the Facebook algorithm so more people can see my videos. So I really do appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, also welcome. If you haven't subscribed, please do so and click the little bell so you get notifications. I upload a new video almost every Monday night. So, if you recall, last week I made this. I think it's a beautiful card. There's not even any stamping on it. It's all, we're using Designer Series paper. It's the Wonderful World Designer Series paper, part of Celebration. And this card is going to go to Anita Timmons because she did share my video. So, thank you so much for doing that. When I change my view, I'm going to show you a few more cards that I made after that video. Using some of those other images from that Designer Series paper. So, we are halfway through Celebration. It's August 1st. Yay! So, some things have started to sell out. The note cards and envelopes, I think they're Pool Party and Soft Sea Foam. Those have sold out and are no longer available. If there's something you want, please don't wait to place your order. Starting tomorrow, there will be some additions to the celebration list. I'll put that on my Facebook page, so you look for that. But they are items from the annual catalog. So, if you're using them as a celebration item, it's important that you use the item code that is on the graphic I'm going to post, okay? If you use the item code from the catalog, it's not going to recognize it as a celebration item and you won't be able to get it for free. So I just wanted to tell you that, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in contact with me, as always, okay? So I'm going to change my hands and I'll show you those extra cards I made. Okay, so that's the one that I made on our video, okay? I made that one. And these were so simple. I think that they're just stunning and can be for a number of different occasions. I think some of them would be appropriate for sympathy cards, certainly birthdays. You could use them for weddings, thinking of you, get well soon. Any of those events. I am going to be using the same Designer Series paper tonight. I have a fun fold I wanted to show you, and this paper happened to be laying here, and I had a few more of these cutout designs left. This is the paper that the sheet of paper where I cut all of those images from, and so I decided I'd go ahead and use one of the images I had left and show you another great way to use these as the focal point for your card, okay? So I'm going to get started, or let me show you what we're going to make first. This is our fun fold card. Look at that. Uses the Designer Series paper as our base, and you can either do it like I've done it, where it opens up in an accordion. You see it's kind of an M shape. Or if you like, you can put adhesive right here. So it opens like this and like that. So whichever way you prefer to do it, it's really up to you. But I just wanted to show you, the paper was sitting there. This was the fold I was going to do, and I was trying to debate what paper to do it with. I almost did some Halloween, but you know what? I'm not quite ready to do Halloween yet. I still want to do summery things like flowers. So you're getting the Designer Series paper, but really you can use this for any, Again, with any designer series paper, any sentiments, any stamp sets, any of that stuff, okay? So, let me get my trimmer here. I have a piece of designer series paper. It's 5.5 by 12. And this is a great way to use your designer series paper if you're one of those people that hoard it. And I'm going to get the blade out because all we are going to do is score it. Now, when you are scoring designer series paper, don't press too hard. You will tear the paper. It's not cardstock, okay? I've been there, I've done that a few times, so don't do that. But you will score this cardstock at 4 inches. It's super simple. 4, 6, and 8. And I am not pushing very hard, okay? But I do have score lines on here that will make it easy to, oops, sorry, fold. Okay, so this is our front. I'm gonna fold this like this, kind of back and forth like this. Let me get the bone folder here. Let me get it. There we go. And as you can see, it looks like an M, so that's what you're looking for. Again, like I said, you could put some adhesive here and adhere that down if you want, but you don't have to. Now, the next thing you're going to do is take a piece of cardstock. You know, this is very pretty, but it's not very substantial, so we need to give this a little bit of heft, so to speak, to make it a little more stable. So you're going to take a piece of coordinating cardstock, and this is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. Let me double check. Yep, 5.5 by 4 1/4. Yep. And you are going to attach your card onto that cardstock. Now, if you'll notice, a little piece will show on the side. That's a nice accent. Initially, I was going to do this card, and I was going to use the Starry Sky cardstock until I realized that if I used that, when I opened it up, it didn't really match with the inside. So that's why I switched to Mossy Meadow. So everything that I'm using Mossy Meadow on, initially I was going to use the Starry Sky, but you know, you got to look at both sides of your paper. This was easy because the flip side of this paper is in the same color family. So it wasn't as hard to, I didn't have to think that through like that. But that is one thing you have to consider. So I just pulled the Mossy Meadow out of this. The greens in this paper I think are Mossy Meadow and Pear Pizzazz, and although there's some Pear Pizzazz, I just thought the Mossy Meadow looked a little bit better. Okay, so let me put some adhesive. This is the back side. And this is a great card for showing off both sides of our gorgeous designer series paper. Sometimes you get that piece of designer series paper and you like it both sides and you don't want to use it. You hate to cover something up. This is a great way to use it. So I'm just lining up that there and putting it down. You can see I just lined this up. So, and there we go. Now it gives it a little more stability, a little more heft, it feels more substantial, okay? So, and I'm going to tell you right now, when I put this card together, I literally just pulled stuff that was laying on my desk. I have a little bowl on my desk with die cuts that maybe I've cut and I don't use. And this particular scalloped one is a retired set. But for this card, I used our, let me find a scallop and contour dies, okay? And so, you know, it gives you the same look. Actually, I kind of like this one better because the scallops are a little bit bigger. But then what I did was, to figure out how big I needed my cardstock, I just measured this piece from side to side and added 1/4 of an inch. So this piece ends up to be 4 inches by 2 3/4. Okay, so that's super easy too. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on here. This is not a difficult card, but it is certainly a great way to make use of this designer series paper. Yeah, you can put whatever embellishments you would like on the outside. Pretty much keeping mine kind of simple. There's that. And then this is the flower here that I had left over from when I cut out last week, if you recall. So I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to put it flat. Let me see here. I got to get my silicone mat here, because I have this really thin part of the stem that I'm going to put some adhesive on. And I don't want to get it all over my mat. Come on, there we go. The adhesive mats are great. There's nothing sticky left on it, or if there is, you can clean it up. Now I've got some little edges of adhesive. I'm just going to kind of push them back under there. I think that looks good. And I'm going to put that right on there. Just like that. Okay, so we're going to, and again, this was a little bit of everything, but you can use whatever you want for your, you know, sentiments. Again, this is another beautiful card just the way this is, and you could send this without a sentiment, just like you know, the other card that we made last week. I pulled the happy birthday out of the party puffins because it was the perfect size, and I thought that the font worked pretty well also. So, where are we at? Oh, here's my strip of cardstock, and here is my happy birthday. I am going to go ahead and stamp that in Mossy Meadow. This is Rich Razzleberry cardstock there if anybody's interested. So let me, hopefully I won't get my head in the camera. There we go, that's nice. My ink pad is nice and juicy, it got inked up, so. Oh, I know it was, I just bought a new one not long ago. That's why it was stamping like that. So, I did remember to bring my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine over so that we can put it right here and die cut it out. Now, I'm using the banner from the Stylish Shapes to cut out my happy birthday. Oh, gotta get my plates. It gives you your sandwich, as we call it. You have plate 1 on the bottom, and then you have plate 2 under and above what you're cutting out. It's easy, easy, easy. So I'll put that there. Here's my happy birthday. Here's my little banner. I'm gonna tell you, I gotta stand up because I have a hard time when I'm trying to center something like this, doing it sitting down. Is it straight? I don't know that it's centered. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a little piece of washi tape here. Hold on, I've got some somewhere. Boy, this is old washi tape. And put just a little bit on there just to kind of hold it in place. Perfect. Put my plate on top. Let's run that through. Okay, sit it down here. Let's see where we're at. And there we go. You know, it's a little crooked, but that's okay. I'm good with that. Set that out of the way. Okay, so we'll bring our card back in. I'm gonna put the happy birthday banner right there. I'm gonna use where are my mini dimensionals? Yeah, I like these little ones so much. I mean, you can cut big ones, but oh, come on. It's stuck to my fingernail. There we go. I'm gonna put one right in the middle. You know, if you didn't have the mini ones, you could take the large ones and cut those in half. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm realizing I forgot to cut a piece for the inside. Let me get a piece of cardstock to do that with too. It really doesn't have to be fancy. Let's see, what size did I make this one? And we'll do the same. That one's 3.5 by 4 3/4. 3.5. So let me get my trimmer out. 3.5 by 4 3/4. And there we go. I like this fold. Again, I like it when I can showcase both sides of my designer series paper. Let's see, do I have, yeah, I've got some adhesive on there. I'm gonna put that right here. Okay, now we just have to do our little surprise pop-up in the middle. That one I put the rose. This one I decided I was going to put a little sentiment. I pulled out thinking of you on your special day. The sentiment comes from the inspired thoughts it carried over from last year. And it's just got some great all-purpose sentiments. Where did my ink go? Oh, I guess I put it back. Okay, Mossy Meadow again. Put this right here. I had to find one that would, a sentiment that was small enough that would fit on my circle there. Now, something that could have looked cute is you could have used this little birthday cake on there, but I didn't feel like it went with the flower motif. If we were doing something that was more whimsical, I think that birthday cake with the candles would have been nice on the inside. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on the Mossy Meadow. See, I use the stylish shapes, which are stitch circles, and then I use the layering circles with the scalloped edges for the background. Simple, simple. And I told you I like to stamp on circles because it's always gonna be straight, because you can just put it on however you need to. Now we're gonna put it on the inside of our card. I'm gonna put it right like that. So I only want to put adhesive on half of my card, or half of this right here. So you can see I've just put it on half. Did I do it? Yeah, I'm a little bit off. I'm gonna put a little bit right here too. thinking of you on your special day. And the nice thing too, if you want to write a longer note, even though you've got this sentiment here, you've got room to write a longer note to somebody. Okay, now that can be perfectly done. If there's, you know, an embellishment you wanted to put on it. I don't think I am, you know, I think this one I'm going to leave. Well, doggone. Maybe I'll use some of these. These are the Opal rounds in the 2021, 2023 colors. But I'm going to use, let me get my little knife here. Wasn't going to do this, but I guess I will. I guess I'll put, oh, those are nice, yes. Let me put one up here. Very much I love this card. These sentiments here. Or these embellishments. And you know what? I think I'll even put some of these, one of these on here. Put this here. And put one right down here. There we go. Okay, so there we are. We have another fun fold card where we get to show off both sides of our gorgeous designer series paper. So if you're placing your order, please make sure you go to my website, use the host code, and don't forget to be on the lookout for the posting of the new additions to the Celebration collection. You guys, thanks for joining me, and I will see you next week. Bye now.